Welcome to my channel, Bright English. Imagine this: every single person in the world has a daily routine. But the difference between an English learner and a fluent English speaker is very simple. The fluent person can talk about their daily routine easily, without stopping, without translating, and without fear. So today, let's practice how you can talk about your day in English, step by step. Think about the moment you wake up. For example, you can say, "I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning. The sun was shining through my window, and I felt a little lazy, but I knew I had to start my day." See how simple that is? Just one sentence after another, like telling a story. Now, let's add more details. Instead of only saying, "I brushed my teeth," try to expand. "I went to the bathroom, brushed my teeth with mint toothpaste, and washed my face with cold water. The cold water made me feel fresh and awake." The more details you add, the more natural your English becomes. After that, maybe you prepare breakfast. You don't need to use difficult words. Just say, "I made a cup of coffee and fried an egg. While eating, I checked my phone and read some news. I also watched a short video on YouTube." See? This is everyday English. Native speakers talk like this all the time. Now let's move to leaving home. Imagine you are walking to school or going to work. You can say, "I left my house at 9 a.m. The weather was warm, and the street was noisy with cars. I saw children walking to school, and I also saw people waiting for the bus." Do you notice something? When you describe what you see, your English becomes richer. When you reach your destination, like school or work, you can describe what you do. At work, I turned on my computer and checked my emails. Some emails were easy to answer, but some were difficult. I joined a meeting with my team, and we talked about new ideas. Or if it's school, my first class started at 10 a.m. Now, let's add feelings. Feelings make your English sound real. For example, "I felt tired after the meeting, so I bought a cup of strong coffee. It gave me more energy." Or, "I was nervous before the exam, but when I started writing, I felt more confident." Whenever you talk about your day, always include how you felt. In the afternoon, your activities may change. You can say, "After lunch, I studied English for 1 hour. At first, I felt distracted, but later I enjoyed it." In the afternoon, your activities may change. You can say, "After lunch, I studied English for 1 hour. At first, I felt distracted, but later I enjoyed it. I listened to an English podcast and repeated some sentences." Or maybe, "I worked on a project for 3 hours. It was difficult, but I didn't give up." In the evening, things slow down. You can describe it like this: "I came back home at 6 p.m. I was hungry, so I cooked some rice and chicken. While eating, I watched a TV show. The show was funny, and it made me laugh a lot." Or, "I played football with my friends. We were tired but also very happy." Now let's talk about night time. Before sleeping, you can say, "I cleaned my room." Read a few pages of a book. and checked my phone one last time. Finally, I turned off the light and went to sleep. Do you see how simple this is? You don't need advanced grammar. You don't need complicated vocabulary. You just need to tell your stories step by step. That is how you talk about your day in English. But here's the secret. If you practice this every single day, you will stop thinking in your native language. You will start thinking directly in English. And when you can think in English, you will speak faster, more fluently, and with more confidence. So here's what I want you to do. Every night, before you go to bed, talk about your day in English. It doesn't matter if you are alone. Stand in front of the mirror, or just speak quietly to yourself. Say, I woke up, I had breakfast, I went to work, I studied, I met a friend, I came home, I went to bed. At first, it will feel short, but slowly you will add more details, more feelings, and more natural sentences. One day, when someone asks you, "How was your day?" you won't just say fine. You will be able to tell a story. You will say, "My day was interesting. I woke up early. I had a delicious breakfast. I studied hard. I met a friend. We talked a lot. And in the evening I watched a great movie." Doesn't that sound better? The truth is, fluency is not about big grammar books. It's not about memorizing hundreds of difficult words. Fluency is about habits. And one of the best habits you can build is talking about your day. So from now on, make this a daily exercise. Talk about your morning, your afternoon, your evening, your feelings, your activities, your small victories. And remember, there are no mistakes here. Every sentence you speak makes you better. So from now on, make this a daily exercise. Talk about your morning, your afternoon, your evening, your feelings, your activities, your small victories. And remember, there are no mistakes here. Every sentence you speak makes you better. Now imagine this. One day you wake up and you practice talking about your day in English. The next day you do it again. After 1 week, you will notice something amazing. At first, you needed to think a lot. You stopped many times. But slowly, your sentences start coming faster. You don't stop after every word. You begin to flow. This is how fluency is built. Not in one day, but every single day, little by little. And you don't have to make it perfect. You don't need to sound like a Hollywood actor. You just need to be clear, confident, and comfortable. Think of English like a friend. You spend time with your friend every day. You talk to them. You laugh with them. Sometimes you may feel tired. You may think, "Oh, I don't have energy to practice today." But even on those days, speak just 2 or 3 sentences. Tell yourself, "I woke up late today. I was very busy. I am tired now, but I am still practicing." That's enough. Because the habit is more powerful than the amount. Think about it like this. If you go to the gym for 1 day, you don't become strong. But if you go every day, even for 10 minutes, your body becomes strong. The same happens with English. Consistency is the real magic. Now let's add another layer. When you talk about your day, don't just talk about what happened. Talk about what you learned. For example, say, "Today I learned how to stay calm in a meeting." Or, "Today I learned that I should not waste time on my phone." Or even, "Today I learned a new English word, and I used it in my sentence." When you do this, your English is not just about telling a story, it becomes about growth. And here's another secret. Record yourself. Take your phone. Record your voice when you talk about your day. Then listen to it again. You will notice some mistakes, but you will also notice your progress. Every week, your sentences will sound smoother, your pronunciation will be clearer, and your confidence will grow. Let's take an example. Imagine today you say, "I wake up." No, "I woke up at 7 o'clock. That's okay. Tomorrow, when you practice again, you will say it correctly without stopping. "I woke up at 7 o'clock. That is how practice corrects you naturally. And remember, English is not about big grammar rules. Don't get stuck thinking, "Is it past perfect? Is it future continuous?" No. Focus on communication. The more you communicate, the more grammar fixes itself with time. So, from now on, make a promise to yourself every night before you go to bed. Give yourself 5 minutes to talk about your day. Do it for 1 week, then extend it to 10 minutes. Then 15 minutes. Very soon, you will be surprised at how easily English flows from your mouth. One day, when you meet a new person and they ask, "How was your day?" you won't feel nervous. You won't search for words. You will smile and answer with confidence. "My day was good. I woke up early. I studied English. I worked on my projects. I talked with a friend. And in the evening I relaxed with a nice movie." And the person will think, "Wow, this speaker is so confident." That is the power of daily practice. That is the power of talking about your day in English. Thanks for watching. Subscribe Bright English for more videos.